Elena Rivera, a 32-year-old investigative journalist at the Hudson Valley Chronicle, had a reputation for digging up stories that others preferred to leave buried. She specialized in cold cases and forgotten tragedies. One overcast afternoon in late February 2026, while searching through the newspaper's neglected digital archive, she found a short article dated March 12, 1973. The headline sent a chill through her.
Blackthorn Manor. Entire family vanishes without a trace.
The report stated that the Thompson family, Robert, his wife Margaret, and their two children aged 8 and 11, had disappeared from their new home, the historic Blackthorn Manor. When police arrived, they found the house completely untouched. Plates of half-eaten dinner sat on the dining table. The television was still playing, and the children's toys lay scattered on the rug. There was no sign of forced entry, no blood, no struggle, nothing. What started as simple curiosity quickly turned into obsession when Elena discovered the horrifying pattern. Between 1921 and 1972, 7 different families had moved into Blackthorn Manor, and every single one had vanished under nearly identical circumstances, always within 6 to 14 months of moving in. Locals in the nearby town of Cold Hollow refused to talk about the house. Those who did whispered the same warning: that place isn't empty. It only pretends to be. They called it the Whispering House. After weeks of research, Elena made up her mind. She walked into her editor's office and said firmly, "I'm going to Blackthorn Manor. This could be the biggest story of my career." Her editor hesitated, then sighed. "Be careful, Elena. Some houses, they don't like visitors." On February 27th, Elena drove north through winding roads flanked by bare winter trees. The deeper she went, the darker the forest became. After 2.5 hours, the GPS lost signal. She followed an old, cracked dirt road for the final 2 miles until the trees suddenly opened. Blackthorn Manor stood before her, a towering, Gothic Victorian mansion made of dark gray stone, with sharp gables and tall, narrow windows that seemed to stare down at her. The surrounding garden was overgrown with dead blackthorn, bushes whose thorns looked like claws reaching toward the sky. She spent the daylight hours filming the exterior, capturing drone footage of the crumbling roof and the massive stone chimneys. As the sun began to set, she pushed open the heavy oak front door. A blast of freezing air hit her face, carrying the scent of mold, old wood, and something metallic she couldn't quite identify. She switched on her voice recorder. She pressed her ear against the faded wallpaper and listened. "Oh, she's here. Finally, we've waited so long." One voice stood out, the innocent, high-pitched tone of a little girl. "Will you play with us?" The next morning, while exploring the dusty library on the 2nd floor, Elena found an old leather-bound diary hidden behind a loose bookshelf. It belonged to Victoria Blackthorn, wife of the original owner, dated 1921. The final entry read, "The house is alive. It remembers every soul it has taken. It feeds on their voices, their memories, their fear, and now it is hungry once more." On the 3rd night, everything changed. Elena was investigating the master bedroom on the 3rd floor when every light in the house suddenly died. Her flashlight flickered once and went black. Her phone, which had been fully charged, drained to 0 in seconds. Complete darkness engulfed her. Then she heard them. Footsteps. Dozens of footsteps moving around her in circles, getting closer. A freezing hand slowly touched her shoulder from behind. The touch was ice cold and felt unnaturally heavy. She screamed and stumbled backward. When the weak morning light finally filtered through the dirty windows, Elena was pale and trembling. She checked her equipment. Every video and photo she had taken was gone, completely erased. Only one audio file remained on her recorder. With shaking hands, she hit play. Her own voice began describing the bedroom. Then, without warning, multiple voices layered together in a chilling, synchronized whisper. "Welcome home, Elena Rivera. We have been waiting for someone like you, a journalist, someone who will tell the world our story. Stay with us. Tell them what happened here. You belong to Blackthorn Manor now." Elena stood frozen in the grand hallway as the whispering grew louder, echoing from every wall at once. "You can never leave." "Because the house is already inside you."